Hi, I'm Jessica Brown, Mrs. Colorado Universal 2021, and this is Powerhouse Paper Dolls Beyond the Barbie. We are looking at the influential females in our society and finding out who inspires the women who inspire us. Today with me is a little woman, Miss Rylan. Rylan, please tell our audience your title.
So I'm Rylan Coleridge, and I'm the National American Miss Colorado Junior Preteen.
Excellent. And how long have you been doing pageants, Rylan?
I've actually been doing pageants since I was 3, but when I was younger, I started out just trying them for fun, but then we decided that I was actually pretty good at them. So now it's something that I do quite often because I really enjoy them.
You are exceptional at them. You are a natural. I have always loved seeing you on stage. I have always said that when I have done, because I grew up a dancer, I didn't start doing pageants until I was a grown-up. But when I would go to auditions, it's not that I've ever, I'm not the best dancer or the tallest or whatever, but I love what I do. And so that's how I've always done well when I've auditioned, because it's fun to watch somebody who loves what they do. That's you with pageants, that when you're on stage that you glow in a way that you are the good things that I love about pageantry, that you believe in what you're doing and you are a hard worker. So I'd like to know who has inspired you.
My big sister, Amanda, she had some troubles in school with talking, and the teachers told her that she would never be able to speak well. But now that she's grown up, it's actually her job to talk and stuff. So it's inspired me a lot because I've had troubles with reading ever since I was in preschool. So it's inspired me a lot because now I know that I'm way better at reading thanks to my peers and my teachers, and maybe one day, who knows, maybe I'll be a librarian.
That's excellent. I love that. So how much older than you is your big sister?
I don't exactly remember her age.
Is she grown up, teenager?
Grown up.
She's a grown up now? Oh, yeah. How exciting.
I call her my big sister, but she's actually one of my very close friends.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, how nice. I believe that there's a family that you're born with and then family that you choose. So yeah. That's really nice. Now you've had other titles before, right?
Yes.
How many different crowns have you worn?
Well, I've technically only worn two, but because I did UNM for 2 years and won the title both, technically I've won 3.
Oh, very interesting. So you've been to national competitions then, haven't you?
Yes.
How is the national competition different than a state competition?
I'd say the national competition really isn't any different. It's just a little bit longer since it's a week compared to 3 days. And there's a lot more girls that you can make friends with. It's nothing different at all. This competition is still the same and you can still shine bright on stage.
So do you have a lot of friends that you've made through pageantry?
Yeah, I've had some lifelong friends that I made when I competed in NAM at the very beginning.
Oh, very cool. And Thor has given his 2 cents. the dogs like to be involved in the interview. They don't like being left out.
Yeah.
So as a title holder, one of my favorite things is, getting out and working in the community. Do you get to do appearances and community service? Thor, it's not your interview. Shh. So do you get to get out into the community and do service projects?
Yes, it's one of my favorite things to do. This morning, I was actually helping out at my local pumpkin patch, and I was handing out different pumpkins that we have to some of my neighborhood friends that live in our neighborhood and just people that live close to the area.
Oh, how nice. So do you do appearances often? Are you out and about a lot?
I try to do one at least once weekly. We can't always do that because COVID and other stuff happens, but I love to help out, and it's something that I've definitely put in first, sometimes before school, but the teachers don't need to know about that.
Oh, that's great. Well, so being a queen in quarantine, because you were a title holder before COVID and you have a title during COVID,
Yes.
How is it different now? And I know this wasn't on your questionnaire, but You're a pro.
Eh,
You can handle
it's
it. So
it's
how's it been different?
It's actually been very different. Of course, when I competed, I had to do it all digitally,
Mhm.
but we've had to find some very creative ways to make a difference because with COVID and everything, you can't really go out to help out your local race, but I've been able to find different ways to make a difference. We've been making blankets actually to give to babies or just families that need them that are in kind of a tough situation.
Oh, Rylan, I love that. What a great project. When we get off the phone, I want you to send me the links for all of your stuff so I can make sure to promote what you're doing.
Okay.
Now, your favorite place that you want to travel. I'm guessing you haven't been yet, but your place that you want to is Paris, right?
Yes, I would love to go. I've always had a goal of going to the top of the Eiffel Tower and
Mhm.
eating a delicious croissant and macaroon because I love French foods. It's the best. Their pastries are like amazing. Any
They know
others?
pastries.
Yeah. I don't think the world combined could even compare to Paris.
Paris has been my goal my whole life as well. And so is that why your favorite dessert is crepes?
Absolutely.
Now, what's your favorite kind of crepe? Do you like a chocolate crepe or some fruit?
It depends where we're going. If my grandpa's cooking them for Thanksgiving, I love the ones with strawberries, raspberries,
Mhm.
sugar, and a pinch of whipped cream. Well, sometimes not a pinch, more like a ton of whipped cream.
Oh, I support you there, sister. We went to Epcot and Disney World for our honeymoon right as COVID hit. I mean, quarantine hit when we were on a honeymoon. And in Epcot, there's the France area, and there's a little crepe cart out front, and you can have them custom make your crepe.
When we go, we need to try that.
Yes, put it on your list. Definitely put it on your list. Now, you said between beach and mountains that you choose beach. And what was your favorite sound?
My favorite sound was raindrops.
That is my favorite as well. So I play the raindrops as I'm trying to sleep. Now these interviews are called paper dolls because when you make a paper doll string and they're all hooked together by their little hands. So this interview series is called Paper Dolls because each interview is linked to the one before and the one after by something that you have in common. And you had a couple things in common with the title holder before you. Well, you chose the beach, and this is a silly one, but because normally I interview grown-ups, I ask everybody's favorite curse word because you can tell a lot about people when they curse. And both people before you, and of course you because you're 10, don't curse. So that's something you guys have in common. It's funny though because when I got the questionnaire back, I thought it was your mom's questionnaire, and I thought, boy, all of these women that I know who don't curse. But no, it's my 10-year-old friend. But what I really love is that you have so much in common with these other title holders, even though you guys span all these different ages, because you guys care so much about giving back. So I'd like to know what you want your legacy to be. And I know that's a weird thing to think about when you're 10, but since you're already building your legacy, what do you want to be known for? What do you want to leave behind you in this world?
This has been something that my parents have taught me and told me ever since I was really young. They've always said that if you see someone that seems a little sad or upset, or maybe they're just having a tough day at school, you always need to go cheer them up and just help them and give them a big old hug. Because, you never know when you're making a big difference in someone's life just by a little hug or some words of enthusiasm.
That's absolutely true. And you have a legacy of kindness already because you were part of my IJM group, and that's how we met. And you stood out to me because even as you guys were getting ready to compete, and for people who don't know pageants, there's a lot of backstage time. There's a lot of waiting.
Yeah.
And these girls that you are surrounded by were girls that you were technically competing against, and yet I saw you being kind and supportive and helpful, and at no point could you tell that you guys were in competition with each other. You just all seem like friends. So that legacy of kindness is definitely how I think of you already, and I think you're on a really good track to everything that you want to accomplish. And I would like to know about your mama, because your mom is a superhero mom. And I'd
Definitely.
like to know if she has ever given you advice. And you said this already because you said that they were teaching you with how to, leave a legacy of kindness. But is there any advice or is anything that your mom has taught you that you think everyone should know?
Well, this goes without saying, and I think everyone should already know this about themselves, but just be you. When I compete in pageants, I need to remember to just be myself because you can't worry about what you're going to do if you're just being you. Because, the best you can be is the one that, you're being confident, you're being strong, you're being a leader, and you're going to leave a mark on the judges or just people in general because you are loving to others.
Absolutely. Oh, Rylan, that is the best advice. And I wish you so much success in your future. I'm so glad that I know you, and I am so proud to have you on my show. So thank you so much for being here. I'm Jessica Brown, Mrs. Colorado Universal 2021. Join us next time for another episode of Powerhouse Paper Dolls. Bye.
Bye.